Hey everyone, it's me, Drew Afwalo, host of the Comment Section Show. Come join me and one of my iconic special guests every week on the show as we dive into the dreaded comment sections of our tagged videos and take down the most terrible men on the internet, period. Somehow, they won't go away no matter what I do, no matter how incredibly awful and mean I am to them, but I don't mind doing this work. In fact, if I'm being honest, I think it's God's work. So make sure y'all follow me on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts for new episodes every Wednesday.
This is Optimal Relationships Daily, How to Get Your Super Motivated Boyfriend to Marry You by Sam Dogen of FinancialSamurai.com. Hello everybody, and welcome to another installment of ORD, hosted and narrated by me, Greg Audino. Great to have you with me once again, and this time we'll actually be hearing a piece from Sam Dogen, who is a really reputable writer about finance, and has been shared on our finance show, Optimal Finance Daily, a number of times. He's written today about how one might influence their super motivated boyfriend to take the plunge and propose marriage. Let's hear his thoughts as we optimize your life. How to Get Your Super Motivated Boyfriend to Marry You by Sam Dogen of FinancialSamurai.com. A super motivated boyfriend is great. There's just one problem. You might have trouble locking him down. Why won't he marry me? Pops up a lot nowadays. Seemingly beautiful, smart women can't find the love of their lives, and when they do, they can't lock them down. Women have it tougher today. It amazes me how some can juggle career and motherhood so well. Those who do deserve a gold star, because there are only so many hours in a day. What's less talked about is the pressure society puts on men to succeed. Women need to know that men have it rough too. Society expects us to provide and provide some more. Ever since I was a kid, my parents stressed the importance of education so that I can make enough money to support a family. The pressure was latent but immense, making each poor grade or non-promotion that much more stressful. When you're a teenage boy, frankly, all you want to do is chase girls and not plan out the next 2 decades of your life. The super-motivated boyfriend is a curious being. He is a potential gem to any woman out there with enough polishing. Polish him too much, and he loses his edge and rolls away. It's important to understand his ambitions, for once you do, wedding bells won't be far away. 5 ways to get your super motivated boyfriend to marry you. Number 1. Super motivated boyfriends are insecure. Super motivated boyfriends are terrified of failure, given the massive amount of expectations placed upon them since they were kids. The more education they receive, like grad school, the more time and money spent, and the more is expected of them to become great successes. Some super-motivated boyfriends are late bloomers, which is even worse because they are playing catch-up with peers who have already checked all the boxes growing up. Beware of the late bloomer super-motivated boyfriend. Action: be selfless in your support. No matter how silly his goals are. He needs constant reinforcement that he is doing the right thing, even though you think he's not. Number 2. Super-motivated boyfriends set target ages for achievement. A classic target age is 30. Where many women shoot to marry by 30, the super-motivated boyfriend generally has some type of monetary or career goal they must achieve by then. Super-motivated boyfriends are often told that by the time they're 30, they'll have either made it or failed completely. Talk about pressure. What's important to realize is that the closer your super-motivated boyfriend is to 30 without much to show for it, the less he'll likely want to marry you. The other typical age targets are 35, 40, and 45. It's important to find out what his age anchors are. Action: assess whether you think he'll reach his dreams by 30, or whatever his age anchor might be. If you don't think he's going to become a vice president in his firm by then, you should either dump him while you're still young, or reset your marriage expectations by the corresponding years you think it'll take him for him to reach his goals. The choice is yours. Number 3. Super-motivated boyfriends have big egos. Stroke wisely. Despite being insecure, super-motivated boyfriends often come across as overly confident. Because they've been working towards their one goal for so long and with so much effort, any person who does not share their passion will be scoffed at. It may be the simple smirk during a conversation, or the brush off during an initial meeting once they find out what the other guy does. Super motivated boyfriends believe that they are the best thing since sliced bread and have superiority complexes. Action: realize that a lot of his ego is born out of his insecurities. Give your boyfriend constant reinforcement while complimenting him on his successes. There will always be some other colleague of his who gets paid more or gets promoted before him, so make him feel like he's doing a great job. Number 4. Super motivated boyfriends like to play the field. The deadliest super motivated boyfriend is the good-looking one. He's confident, motivated, and makes women other than yourself swoon. Meeting a career-oriented, highly motivated man is attractive enough. Add on good looks, and it's game over. The hot, super-motivated boyfriend is hardest to lock down. Because he's insecure and knows he's handsome, he needs even more reinforcement than you can give him. He also needs the attention of other fine ladies who will ooh and ah at his stature and success. Action: let him loose, or else he will resent you. All men have the insatiable desire to flirt with women. You may think you are only innocently inquiring about his whereabouts through your constant texting, but in his eyes, every single inquiry is a nag. The more you inquire, the more you nag, and the more he's reminded of being in youth prison where his mom doesn't allow him to go out and play. And number 5, super motivated boyfriends love confident women. Nothing turns off super motivated boyfriends more than a woman who does not know what she wants. If you're the type of girl who always replies, "You choose," when it comes to watching a movie, you have very little chance of becoming Mrs. Super Motivated Boyfriend. Part of the attractiveness of a confident woman is the counterbalance of a super motivated boyfriend's own securities. Super motivated boyfriends think subconsciously that if a strong, confident, sexy woman wants to be with them, they must be doing something right with their lives. Action: have a core group of girlfriends you can always hang out with. He needs to know that you can have fun without him. Tell him about your plans with other girls, and never invite him. The more you spend time with your girlfriends, the more he wants to spend time with you. Don't believe me? Next time you're with your boyfriend, tell him that you're spending time with your girlfriends one Thursday, and don't ask him what he's doing. He'll come groveling to spend all the time he can with you when you return. There is nothing more attractive to a super motivated boyfriend than a woman who can show her feminine side and kick butt in the boardroom. Don't let your super motivated boyfriend get away. You may be the most loving girlfriend in the world, but if you don't understand the pressures and milestone targets every super motivated boyfriend faces, you're going to have an awfully difficult time locking him down. Having a super motivated boyfriend is both a blessing and a curse. On the other hand, your super motivated boyfriend is so focused on making a name for himself that he loses sight of you. On the one hand, your super motivated boyfriend is so focused on making a name for himself that he loses sight of you. On the other hand, if your super motivated boyfriend finally achieves his goals with your support, he will not only emerge as a secure person, he will be grateful and want to take care of you forever. You just listened to the post titled, "How to Get Your Super Motivated Boyfriend to Marry You" by Sam Dogen of FinancialSamurai.com, and be sure to stick around for my commentary coming up in just a minute. All right, and thanks to Sam, though I must say that this is a post in response to which I will exercise my right as host to do some disagreeing. For me, a lot of what he said today was far too generalized, so I think the advice that I would supplement it with is to beware of boxing people up like this when you're trying to cultivate a good relationship of any kind, not just romantic. The attributes he laid out today probably reflect Sam himself most accurately. And that being said, another piece of advice, if you're looking for one, is to not go around psychoanalyzing people based on the assumption that they operate the same way that you do. The men that Sam described today, yes, some exist for sure. And then some used to exist like this, yet made changes along the way. But 99% of men out there probably have just one or two of the traits that he's written about. The more you can approach people like open books, the more likely you are to learn about what makes them unique and thus form genuine connections. Food for thought, everyone. It's time to get going for now, but thank you so much for being here today and listening through to the end. Have a terrific rest of your day, and be sure to come back for more ORD tomorrow. where your optimal life awaits.